Hi, FlossTube. This is Chrissy, finally a farm girl. Welcome to my FlossTube channel. It is Thursday, August 19th, 2021, and this is my FlossTube episode 15. I hope everybody had a really good week. For those of you who are new and joining my channel, thank you so much. I hope that you will enjoy it and be inspired and subscribe. And for those that are returning, thank you so much. It is always so wonderful to read your comments at the end of each FlossTube. They are incredibly fun to read. Sometimes they can be personal and emotional and so special, and it's always just such a blessing that you share with me as much as you do. So welcome to my new subscribers, and I am close to 5,000, about 46 something. I actually really try not to keep a close watch on it, but I do know that I wanted to do something special somewhere around the 5,000 mark, and I'm starting to think about it. You're going to see my furry friends here. If you're new to my channel, this is Kronk right there sleeping. He's one of our older cats. He's not terribly old, but he's one of the oldest. And you'll probably see a couple of dogs around here. So I have a big episode. I have an FFO. I have haul. I have pulled out all of my fall Halloween patterns that I thought we could do a little run through. And I have giveaway winner. I have just so much to share. So I hope that you may want to take an extra second to go grab yourself something to drink. This is kind of exciting for me because usually I feel like, I always have a lot because I can talk very, very easily. But I feel like I have a good variety, and I'm kind of excited. So a lot of times on FlossTube, they start with, let's just say, anything that kind of happened in your personal life. So the biggest thing that happened this week is that we officially have our two youngest girls enrolled, and one has started college. The one that Carolina is doing culinary school, and Olivia has her classes, and she has her apartment, and things have been moved up there, and she will be working towards biology in some fashion. So yeah, the house got very quiet very fast, and but at the same time, it's you just couldn't be more excited for them. And Cece has, well, we call Carolina Cece because her name is Carolina Celeste. So anyways, that just tends to be that's just the nickname that we've given her. So in culinary school, she's already done baked Alaskan, and she's already off and running and having a good time. So that was the biggest thing that happened since I met with you last. We also spent last Sunday with our granddaughter. She felt like she needed to go shopping with Grandma and Papa, and it was a day. It was a day. And then I was just absolutely blessed to have her again today for just a few hours. And then her mom, Heather, my oldest, came by for a little bit as well. And we had a good time. But Aria, once again, that is my granddaughter's name, Aria, and Philip and I went shopping today for a couple hours. And she loves stickers. Aria is a sticker girl. She loves everything and anything. Talks like you can't believe. She's 3, and it loves M&Ms. There's like, the kids are so awesome, but a grandkid, everybody told me, oh, there's just nothing like it. There is nothing like it, and it is so hard to tell her know right now that, you know, there is a limit to some things, and she is just so, Grandma, can I have this? Grandma, can I have this? Grandma, how you like this? And if I say I like it, it's in the cart. But she's a good helper, and she's a good listener, and she's just a joy. She's just she's just all over the place, but she's just fun. She can make you smile on one of your hardest days. So, okay, that's kind of personal, all wrapped up in one. We got the girls off to college. The house is a little bit quieter, and just loving being a grandma. So, okay, then I was able to catch up on some floss too, which was really cool. So I will share some of those a little bit later because they kind of link up to some of the haul that I have. So I'm gonna just jump in. And I thought it would be good if I went ahead and, hold on one second, I lost it. Oh, there we go. That's a little scary when you lose your FFO that you want to share and that you're taking somewhere tomorrow. But hold on one second here. Okay, so here's the other part that happened that was just so exciting this week. I finished my 3rd model stitch for Twin Peak Primitives. And I know now I have a lot of people that are new subscribers. And just to keep you up to date, I do model stitch for Twin Peaks. They have a few model stitchers. I have been blessed with a beautiful friendship with them. They are from the Netherlands, and we just clicked, and I work very well with them. It's just a joy. And then about 6 months or more, I believe, I started doing some collaborating with both designers, Nerdan and Nursun, are the girls from Twin Peak Primitives. They are twins, and I just every now and then I'm able to share an idea that I have, and they bring it from my head, my heart, and they put it onto a piece of paper, and that's usually how I say it. So that's how the Lincoln Sampler came to be. And then that is how the Witch's Craft Room came to be. And so as far as Needlework Expo, that is an exciting event coming up the end of August. I believe the last weekend in August, or I'll put the date down below so that you have it. But it's out there. It's out there everywhere. If you are on Instagram, you can look up Needlework Expo account, and you can see all the new releases, and it was designed to help out the designers during COVID and everything, because the Nashville market was canceled. So it's been a huge blessing to designers and shops. So this time I stitched 3 models for them, and I finished my 3rd, and I shared it with you. And so today I wanted to go ahead. They did reveal a country welcome. Let me make sure I get a good one without the glare. Okay, so this is a country welcome, and I'm gonna see if I can get in closer there for you. There you go. I love everything about this, everything that it represents. I love patriotic stitching. It's kind of my go-to. And so if there's a flag in it, I'm all about it. But Nerdan, when she designed this, she just grabbed every element that there is when it comes to a country home, somebody who loves decorating in that country style. So you have this beautiful quilt or table runner that's draping over the farmhouse table. Everybody loves a black crow. This is a salt box house, and it has a little red barn star on it. Look at them apples. She does really, really well with colors and giving the correct shading here. So, a lantern. And the sunflowers were actually really, they were really fun to stitch. Sometimes I'm a little bit more hesitant about flowers just for the whole confetti thing, but they're not like that. They were actually really, really nice to stitch. So this was stitched on 28 count Woolen water lily. It's got that little bit of that green hue to it. And because the linen was of a plain nature and not mottled, I wanted to give some good dimension to some of the items in the stitch. The basket is just a beautiful design. There you go. I did not change anything when it comes to the DMC for everything with the exception of the flags, the red in the flag and the blue. The red is a Buckeye Scarlet, and the blue, I will list it down there for you. That one, Blue Corn. Sorry about that. And then this is Weeks Light Khaki. So I just changed for the biggest change to me was her apples I left all alone, but the red in it was a little too bright for me. And so I did like the Buckeye Scarlet. And this here, I knew because this was so solid that this had to pop out. This had to have some dimension to it. So by using the dyed floss that has a good variation, this light khaki really comes to life. But everything up in the sunflowers and all of it is DMC. And if you wanted to, you could reverse what I did and you could put a good model in there and then you could leave it to, I believe it was ecru that was called for. So that is a country welcome. And I just think that this piece itself can go anywhere and could be out all year. You could consider it summer, but I don't. I consider it, all year because it's got the flags but it was a joy to stitch in the frame. I had it framed, sorry about the ring light. I had it framed at Hobby Lobby and I really just wanted to pull all the blues out. So it's a colonial blue, but it has some good black type edging here that you can see. That's kind of black. So simple, because I really think that with everything going on in the picture, it did not need anything extra in the frame to make it stand out or look any prettier than it was. So I hope you like it, and I hope you might consider adding it into your collection or your orders for Needlework Expo. Now I know that, let me put this down for a second here. I know that I have gotten in the past a lot of questions on Needlework Expo when I showed the Witch's Craft Room, a little bit for Lincoln, as to what to do. If you have a local needle shop, the best thing you could do is call them up or message them and ask them, are they participating in the Needlework Expo? And if they are, these are the patterns that you would like them to get. If your local needle shop is not doing that, there are many of them that are, and including my local needle shop, which is Brick City Cross Stitch out of Ocala, Florida. And if you call up the owner, Miss Jean, and you tell her I sent her your way, she is participating in it. They have an ongoing tally, and then what happens is once they get them in, then they will be shipped and you can take care of your bill or anything that you had with them. But that is an easy place to go if you don't have any place. I know there's shops all over, but that's how you get a hold of one of these pre-ordered type charts that all the designers are putting out. And if you want to see what's available, they're on Needlework Expo is on Facebook as well as Instagram. So that is the FFO, and that is the whole kit and caboodle on the Needlework Expo, which I'm really excited. I have my own list. I watched on Floss 2 Tranquil Stitches, and I like that last time they did Needlework Expo in spring, and I like that she gave her rundown of her top favorite patterns that she had kind of on her must-haves. And she did that again. So if you want, check out Tranquil Stitches. And if you do not follow already, I was so excited because she had 2 Twin Peak Primitives patterns that she has on her list. And there's a beautiful Christmas one that they did with a cardinal, a red cardinal. And that is one of the ones that she has chosen. So that made me really happy because I think that some of, Twin Peak Primitives can be a little bit, not harder to find, but they aren't as well known. And it's nice to see that the word is getting out. It's nice to see that. And so that was exciting that she had 2 of their patterns. But she also shares many of the designs and with pictures. And so she shares her favorites, and that's a really good, fun watch. So the other one I watched was Inspired Needle last night, and I get a good kick out of watching the ladies gather there. And she the owner of Inspired Needle goes around the table to the stitchers, and they get to share their whips and if they have any FFOs, and it's almost like you feel like you're part of their stitching group for the night. So check out Inspired Needle. It's not just about the store, it's actually about their stitchers that they have. So that's fun to watch. Okay, so how about we go to get my whips over with, because finishing up, I can hear a cat being upset. She's out on the porch. That's so funny. They love it out there, and it gets really warm, and so they all take these long naps. But apparently she's ready to come in and have a snack, but she can wait for a moment. Okay, so I worked on, that's just exciting to me. I had 3 big finishes within the, I guess you could say the end of July and in August. So that's just exciting. And then I jumped back on my flea market sale. Let me grab my stuff. Okay, so I jumped back on the Stitch Along for Flea Market Sale, Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. And the sale is going through the Fat Quarter Shop. And I kind of got away from it. I believe on Wednesdays is when Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop kind of posts the update. But for me, I kind of got away from it with needing to finish my models. These are the colors, which are really so pretty. The thread drops I've shared before. They were from Etsy. And they're just cute little vintage sewing girls. And what I did, I shared on Instagram. I am the same name on Instagram, so if you want to see something and get a better look, you can see it there. But I shared a while back when I first started that I was really trying to make some of this a little bit more personal. And I have decided that this is going to be a birthday present, if I can get it done, for Carolina, who turns 19. And so this week, this is where I'm at. And this week I took this block here, and instead of putting the design that Lori has on the inside of the flower, I found a cross stitch cursive C and put that inside there. And I kind of decided I want to make this like not a birthday sampler, but just a personalized sampler. And Cece loves outside stuff. She loves flowers. She loves bugs. She loves plants. She likes snakes, not my thing. But so this really started feeling like it would be really good to give to her. Olivia, my other almost 19-year-old, she's the Halloween one, and she'll get the Witch's Craft Room. But they're both, it's just nice to have something that they each like that are very different to stitch on. So this is a little bit of a close-up. This is stitched on 28 count ale. I really do like the dark with the flowers. and I love watching everybody stitching. I'm waiting for a butterfly button that I ordered, but I wanted it to be clay. So I am going to add that because sometimes we call her CC Butterfly. And then the next, you're not going to see anything, but hopefully I'll get to share it with you. But the next part is right above this one. There's flowers here. I am going to do, Cece's going to culinary school and she loves to bake. And she does all our family's birthday cakes. So I am going to attempt to make this a cake. I found a little pattern. I've measured and I'm pretty sure I can pull it off. Let's pray that I can. But right now, this is the beginning of a cake. And I'm not going to put a candle on it. I just want it to represent, not like for her birthday, but I just want to represent like the baking aspect of her, you know, of her passion. So this is Flea Market Flower, Sal. And I'm just having a good time with it. You'll see all my differences. I'm not changing on the leaves. I'm changing, instead of changing colors here, I'm just doing solid. And then I'm changing my colors of each of the, you know, of the stem as I go. So fun, make it your own. Make it your own is my motto. Okay, and that is housed in, I keep all my Lori Holt in the Dot Dot Goose bag. That way I can add to it, which I have some new ones, I'm excited to say. 1 second here. But I'll show you that in haul. Okay, so then when I finished A Country Welcome and I picked back up the flea market sale, the other thing I wanted was I just wanted to stitch on an old whip. I wanted to stitch on something that was sitting in my cross stitch cupboard and pull it out, and the Women of the Mayflower was calling me. I think I mentioned that in my last floss tube. So I pulled it out. It is not ironed, so bear with me on that. I really wanted to do this floss tube for you because one, I wanted you to see A Country Welcome, and then tomorrow I'm heading up to Brick City Cross Stitch so that it can be on display with the Lincoln sampler and the Halloween piece I did. And if I would have gone tomorrow, then you wouldn't have gotten to see it. So therefore there's no ironing. But anyways, I think the world knows about the Women of Mayfair Coming to America by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. This was last year, the big rage. I begged my mom to do this with me. Like, seriously, we're spending the money, we're doing it. And, you know, all of a sudden my ship, it just never left the port. So I really had only gotten like a good chunk of the names. I'd gotten up to here, and then yeah, my ship just stalled. Barely made it off. So anyways, all of a sudden, and I don't know why that happens with the pattern, but all of a sudden I just wanted to stitch on it. So in the last, I think about 3 nights, this is where I am at now. So I have a start of the pilgrim up top. All my names are now officially done. And I'm down to the bottom, past the waves, and you'll see my needle right there. And yes, that was the only thing that really bothered me, is that when I got the kit, it didn't have serged edges, and I had just gotten rid of my serger. So pardon the old school masking tape, but there we go. But it took, you know, I think what got to me a little bit was it's very bland type colors at first. I think it's a bland, but it's rich, and so it did get a little boring. And I love red, so it was one of those things where if I'd been stitching all of this, I love stitching letters, it wouldn't have been a problem. And I absolutely adore this piece. So I'm excited that I got through the names. I think that's really special. I had to go, it seemed like my stitching was slower in the names. And then now that I'm down stitching words, it's almost like you can anticipate the next stitch. So I'm moving a little bit faster. And my goal is through August, which is arbitrary August. They usually have names for each month that can motivate the stitcher, and I believe it's Stitchin' Mommy, Stitchin' Mommy. She does a lot of mirabilias. I've talked about her before, but I believe she may have come up with the arbitrary August. So because September is Sampler September, and so this is my arbitrary piece. I am going to stick with Women of the Mayflower. I'm going to start seeing some color that comes in, and then I'm going to pop up to the top, and then there's some farm animals and some more color, and I'm really hoping that my ship is going to land by September 25th. Now, September 25th is my birthday, and that is also going to be the official start of my Mirabilia. And if anybody else has, not the Queen of, I do not have, it's not Queen of Freedom, it's the Lady Liberty that she calls, I mean the name right on the bottom is her Liberty, but it's my first Mirabilia, and I am so excited. I have almost everything except the Krynic and the beads I told you, which I don't think that I have to have that to just get started. And Christy from Crosshatch Quilts has finished I think it's Queen of Freedom. Her piece is amazing, and if you follow her on Instagram, today she shared a little video of her patriotic wall, and you will see her Mirabilia, the Queen of Freedom, and it's breathtaking. It is so breathtaking. I hope one day to be able to stitch both of those, but she is going to start with me on my birthday. So if you have that pattern and you would like to join in with us, I'll get back later and tell you about what the hashtag's going to be. But that's why I thought if I could push hard on Women of the Mayflower, finish up by then, be ready to start something big, it all just kind of made sense. So that's what's going on. That's a little bit of my plans. Now this is housed, going back to Women of the Mayflower, this is housed in, I have a very nice size bag. This bag, actually, we ordered the fabric, and my mom made the bag. And I love it because it's huge. And I've already stitched a couple other. Twin Peak Primitives has beautiful Pilgrims at Plymouth. And you would see it if you looked out on their Etsy shop. But I love that one. I've stitched that one. I've stitched the Little House Needleworks a Pilgrim. It's easy to use this bag for more than one thing. And then this was I made this when I stitched up for Twin Peak Primitives model last year, the first Thanksgiving, the anniversary of the first Thanksgiving. So this was a freebie in that pattern if you bought it. And then what I did was I just made him, I just made him into a scissor fob. So Grandma's button, this is a little antique key. Philip loves collecting like antique keys if we go to like a little antique store. So eventually I grab them and put them aside. And so what I did was, this is wool, and every now and then I got to trim up the edge, and I just stitched them, and then I frayed it, and then I glued about 3 pieces together, and it has held together. I have no problem with it, and I just sewed my button on in the corner. But he's really fun. He's really fun. So this is from the first Thanksgiving, and I love having him. I love having all this stuff together. Okay, so that is it for the whips because. Okay, haul. Let's do haul. For the first time ever, Under the Woolen Willow, I have watched Brenda and Laura, and I did watch them this week, and right now as we speak, Brenda is very happily dancing around the attic, I'm sure, for summer school. So I'm so happy for her that she was able to go out and participate. And but they have taught me about Under the Woolen Willow. Let me put it here. She has an Etsy shop. She's on Instagram. You can see it right there. And she always gives these sweet little things here that everybody uses in their planners. But she makes these little sweet, they're just pillow smalls, but they go so well with cross stitches. So I have a few tomato cross stitches, and I would definitely like to start getting them done in smalls, and then so this will get displayed with it. But she's very reasonable, and they're just so well done, and it has the cutest little pin with button. But anyways, very cute, so well done, happy to have it, so very thankful. Okay, so the other thing I did was when I was shopping with Aria, we were at the new Joann's again. I shared a picture on Instagram of the new Anchor Spools, and I got about 6 of them. They're 75 cents a piece. I did not get them over with me, but I did share a picture, and if you look, and a lot of you have seen it now, they're new, and not all Joann's have, I think, a biggest display, but the one I went to was pretty big. And they are so neat. They are so neat. Now, I'm a DMC girl, but I do know that there are some that say that the Anchor Black gives you better coverage. I'm gonna try it out. The spools actually fit, if you can see over there, I have a spool cabinet there, but I was so thrilled they actually fit in my spool drawer, and I'm just going to start grabbing colors I like. I'm not really paying attention to any numbers, but they do have on my display at Joann's, they have the color conversion from DMC to Anchor. So if you wanted to, it's right there for you. I just actually eyed colors I like, and I asked Aria, what color do you like? And she picked some, but they basically, what comes off is your two ply. So instead of getting a 6-ply with your DMC, it's already ready to cut, and your 2 plies are already there. So that I am interested in trying out. So anyways, let me know what you think. I have yet to stitch with it, but at the same time, they certainly were fun and affordable to start grabbing colors. And then Aria picked out for Grandma some really cute charms. And what I want to do is, so you've got your tomato, your thimble, your needle book, your featherweight, your scissors, and what the heck is that? Oh, made with love or something like that. Yes, handmade with love. And this is your spool. Sorry, there's there you go, a spool thread. And what I want to do is, I made these earrings. Let's take them out. Put on here. I wanted to have some bee earrings, and I had picked these up at Joann's, and these, and it's fun now that I can go back to wearing earrings. I did not wear them on the farm as much because goats eat them. Goats eat your hair, goats eat your earrings, goats eat your watches, goats eat anything they can get their mouth on, basically. And that's just a fun reality of it. So it didn't bother me to not wear earrings, but it is fun to kind of start being able to do that again. And I thought, how cute would it be? So I'm gonna get one more set of these, and then I'm gonna try and see about making some tomato earrings or something like that. So these are really cute, and Joann's is really good about putting all their beading supplies and buttons and things like half off. So it's very, very affordable. Okay. Moving right along. All right, something Brenda shared, and this was many episodes back, Brenda from Brendan the Cereal Starter, was she was working on a banding that she joined like a stitch along, and I'm saving this for 2022, and I'm gonna look into it and I'm gonna do my size. But from Shepherd's Needle, I did order, I believe this was 4-inch natural laced edge 28 count banding. Let's see here. And I have a couple of small spools, and I would like to, in 2022, make it my goal to do, you know, a couple of strands of the red each night, 2 red before bed. Doesn't matter when, but I thought this was really, with this eyelet, and I loved the beige and the more flax color. So kind of ready. This is 2 yards, and now I just have to find the pattern that would go with it. So I'm excited about that. And Shepherd's Needle is always a great company to work with. So that is that. Okay, when I went up to Brick City to take up Lincoln and the Halloween stitch to display in their window, which, by the way, if you made a comment about that on Instagram, thank you so much. I know that sounds kind of, it seemed silly to say how exciting that was to me to see Lincoln in the window, but it really was. I think that it's just, it feels like an honor. I know that it helps her with the shop and the twins, but it's just so cool to see him there. And I am really proud of that piece. And you guys all really were so generous in, you know, your support. And I just loved that. But I had mail, happy mail. And so I had, it's already been seen quite a bit, but I hadn't picked mine up. This is Brendas Banding with Thy Needle and Thread, her new little booklet. And I will tell you, it is cute as a button inside. This is Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee. And I'm getting a little glare now. And I will tell you, these little acorns down here, you can get these at Hobby Lobby right now. They're cute. I used them in some pictures last year, and I just sprinkle them down, but or you could use them in your bowl or your tiered tray. But these right now are 40 off at Hobby Lobby. They have shiny, and then they have your matted. So the book is just filled. It has really cute smalls, and I am totally on this, totally loving this. So I'm excited about that. And then this one caught my eye. This is by Heart and Hand, and I have never stitched a Heart and Hand. If I did, I don't remember it, and it would have been very small or an ornament, but I am in love with this guy. And this is Patchwork, oops. Hold on one second, a button fell out. I'm back, okay. So I forgot that it came with the little leaves. So this is Patchwork Crow by Heart and Hand. And one, I love quilts, so it's so easy to quickly spot like a quilt block type motif. And when I saw that, I just loved that. And then as I was checking out, I had a little bit of a moment, and I told I told Jean, I'm like, I love this bird. I don't know what this bird is, but I love this bird in that quilt block. She's like, Chrissy, it's called Patchwork Crow. It's a crow. And oh my gosh, I was like, I'm not embarrassed. But we had a good laugh because I'm like, I love this bird. But anyways, I think that is really cute. And the pattern comes with these little, I'm trying to see where they are. They're right up there are buttons. This one, there's a little acorn, and so it's all there. And there are 2 other charts that kind of go along with that. And I do love the sheep. I don't know that I would do the reindeer, but I do like the sheep. I think that's really cute. So that was something that I grabbed up there. One second. Okay. Now, I have been wanting to start, and I watch Stitching in the Barn with Valerie. I love watching her progress on the Prem Stitch series by Lori Holt. This is stitched on like, I just love this eyelet that she pulls together. So I was able to get my hands on patterns 7 through 12. There's 12 individuals. This is not new by any means. I kind of was like, do I want to stitch these? Usually I like a little more primitive, but when you see it being stitched, it's like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And the trim, if you stitch it all together, she has like this little eyelet border, and it's really sweet. So, like I said, right now I have 7 through 12, so I have to work on getting 1 through 6. And I'm not in any hurry. It's just fun to start getting them together, and I'll probably need a bigger cross stitch project bag for this one, because I would like to stitch them all as one, or I will do a bowl of pillows, because I got to be honest, to some degree I will run out of space on these walls eventually. But this could go in my bedroom really easily, and I really like this. So I know this is available at Fat Quarter Shop, and I just trying to think, I believe Christy from Crosshatch Quilts is stitching this. There's a lot of people that are working on this, and it's just really cute when you put them all together. So I was excited to get a jump on that. I've been wanting that for a while. I had one eBay order that, I'll be really honest, it's a Chessie and Me. I love their patterns, but I had forgot I had put like a bid on it, and then I turned around and I won. It's a red work piece. Has 2 colors, I believe. Hold on one second here so you can see the picture. This is Mabel Lee Reproduction Sampler, and it's just small, and it's 2 colors. And I found it on eBay, but what was nice is it comes, even if I don't use the linen, it was so affordable, but it did come with the linen, which it doesn't say what it is, but it just looks like an ivory linen. And these are the 2 colors. And so these are those ones that are fun to just pull out when you really don't know what you want to stitch. And of course, I'm always going to love red work and samplers, and it's all put together for you. So that was fun. I want to say I spent $5 on this. So sometimes that's just exciting. You just get it. If I don't put these things back in, at least somewhat, it gets kind of overwhelming, and I just had so much that I wanted to share with you, and I thought it would be fun if after haul I showed you, went through a little fall Halloween pattern brigade, if you want to call it that. Okay, and then I was watching, let me get her name right, she is new to me, so I want to give a shout out to Memphis Sarah E. Memphis Sarah E. And she is new, kind of new to Floss Tube, and I had a really good time watching her whip parade. And she stitches a little bit of a good variety, a really good variety. So my other daughter, well, all of them love Disney, and so this was kind of, Heather worked at Disney for a while, and all the girls have always loved the Haunted Mansion. So whether or not I'm going to use all of it or pieces of it, Memphis Sarah E, she shared her Happy Haunts, which is done after the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. So this is the Etsy shop name is Good Morning Maui. And I thought it would just, if I don't want to stitch the whole thing, it has a nice color pattern. It's done really well. I can see it really easy. If I want to do it in bits and pieces, I can. But it's just, I thought it was just fun, and it's just got some fun characters in it. And when you see it get stitched up, it does it so much more justice. So anyways, that was really, really cute. I grabbed that. She has 50% off. She did when I went out there, so it just made it so there was no way I was saying no to it. And then, okay, Carolina loves some poetry, and she loves Edgar Allan Poe and has a book on him. And from the same shop, Good Morning Maui, I found this Nevermore, and so she'll think that's cute. She'll think that's really cute. So either Christmas or at some point, get a little small in, but it's for 50% off. You were talking like $2, and it's nice when you can find things that the girls are gonna like too. Okay, the next one I saw when I watched Stitching in the Light. Her name is Cynthia Brew. We have a lot in common. And just in our stitching and things like that. So anyways, if you have not watched her, her name is Cynthia, but her floss tube channel is Stitching in the Light. And she is just a blessing to watch. She went through her last floss tube was about like sunflowers. And she loves sunflowers, and so do I. So she shared Sub Rosa's Sunflower Garden. And if you have not seen it, if you have not seen hers, it's gorgeous. She finished it in she took like a metal tin basket. She put it all together in a beautiful finish. But what's beautiful is the color of linen she used and the actual stitch, because you're not going to get to see there. That might help a little bit. It is so pretty. Just simple and happy in the bees, and it's just really nice. So I immediately thank you, Cynthia. This was a very quick ching for me, and a download. So that was fun. Okay, man, we are moving right along. Okay, so the other one I just kind of had to have this week was Twin Peak Primitives put out another pre-order, one of their other releases that are coming out with Needlework Expo, and I really don't know when, where, who I would give this to, where I would put it, but I gotta tell you, I fell in love with it, and it made me feel like a kid. So I commented so fast, and so I was, blessed, and they sent it to me ahead of time, and I'm like, I'm sharing it, and it is, I think this would be so great in a nursery. And I know circuses are different today than what they used to be, and I haven't been to one in years, but there's something so childlike, and it just makes you smile. And who doesn't think about Dumbo when they're looking at this? But I felt like, let me see if I can get it a little closer. I felt like she did a phenomenal job using that space and just getting it all in there. So I've just, part of me is like, do I want to stitch this for Ari and Matthew? Do I want to stitch this and just be ready for maybe when, next baby comes? But I really thought it was a great pattern. And I love that elephant, and I think she did good on this. I really do. And I obviously it just kind of doesn't, sometimes pieces don't have to match your house. They need to match your heart, and they need to match what you makes you happy to stitch. And this, I know when I saw it, you got to take all the other stuff out. I'm not talking about, a lot of people get wrapped up in the other side of the circus and how animals, I'm not talking about how they get treated. I'm talking about as a child, as books go, how cute would this be if you had it with, a book with Dumbo? that's the stuff I'm talking about. Because there is a reality with circuses and things like that, you know, people don't want to support that, and I'm right there with you. No, nothing to hurt these little guys, but it's a great pattern, and I think that it's going to be one I stitch pretty quickly. Anyway, so I wanted to share that with you, and I hope you kind of see how cute it is. I wonder if you could see, there you go, if that's a little better. Happy clown, monkey on the elephant. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was that made me just love this, but I just thought she did a really good job. Anyways, okay, so that is another expo. All right, so then I thought that I would share what I have in fall and Halloween patterns. Now I don't have really enough to break them out, so since I am in the mood, I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to stitch more Halloween yet from just coming off that other one, but I am ready for fall, and I am ready to stitch on those kind of things. So even though I'm trying to finish up on some whips and get back to modern folk embroidery and others that I'm hoping that I will have progress on for you next week, I thought I would share some of my fall patterns. Well, actually kind of like all of them. So I'm just going to go through them, and we'll just have fun. We're at 50 minutes, and I can probably do these pretty quickly for you. So this is Heart and Hand. Philip picked this out at Brick City last year, and I am hoping that, you know, I will get it stitched up soon. It's really cute. This is called Autumn Whirligig, and she shows it under this cleoche. But that is Heart and Hand, and I love squirrels. My grandfather used to just go to town trying to think he was going to win the squirrel battle in the backyard, but he actually really liked them. Okay, Halloween, Lizzie Kate. This is called Tingles, and this I know was, I did get this off eBay, that it still had the buttons with it, so just to make a little small, but I like Mr. Bones down there. I have yet to stitch. I'm trying to find, if you watched Made by Michelle McGraw, she's got some of the Prairie Schooler minis, so I've kind of been on the hunt for the little mini cards. Just the Halloween ones or Christmas, but I do have her Misfortune, and I would love to get, I'd love to get her stitched up. Love that. Okay, this one, don't know if it's still out there because this is Waxing Moon Designs, and I know it was an eBay find. It's called Midnight Manor. But again, I love monochromatic stitches, especially at Halloween, so just that solid black. Love that. Next one, Fall, Plum Street Samplers, Autumn Fractor. There we go. This, to me, I would leave out all year. I wouldn't put it away when it gets stitched. Plum Street Samplers. This is George Decorates for Martha. I got that last year, and I really do want to get this stitched up because I already have George and Martha, and let's see if I can get it a little closer for you. I love that. I love how he's standing on a pumpkin. I love that big the bird with the flags. That's Plum Street. And I know a lot of these you've seen, but you know what? I love it. I love it when other floss tubers share their patterns, share what they have in their collection. It reminds me of things that I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to get that. All right, this is Plum Street Sampler, and this one is called Falling. I like that one a lot. Okay, Little House Needleworks. I think this came out actually this year. I know I just got it recently. This is Sleepy Hollow Lodge. this one, the picture fell off. This is Chessie and Me. This was an eBay find. So again, I can't tell you, they've got it on one of those horn books, but I can pull out the picture and show you. Harvest Time. Just a nice simple stitch, but I love that barn. I love the little cat up top. So that was a fun one to find. Okay, I really need to get going on these. I have the 3-inch hoop and I would like to give it a shot. Halloween Hoopla with Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And I think I probably already have some of that lime green linen that I could use. And I love how she did this with the broom. And they also have these fake candy corns at Hobby Lobby, just in case. Okay, I actually got this last year and I'd watched the sale being stitched. So what I did was, this is by Tiny Modernist, and she was doing Sleepy Hollow Stitch Along. So what I have is, I just bought it kind of like as a, not a kit, but I have all the pieces ready if I want to do it myself. But you'll see that it goes in order. And now this is part 2. 3. And there's the complete design. And I think that's really cute. So, I don't have any of the linen or anything for that yet, but I'm glad that I have all the pieces together. Okay, last year, Twin Peak Primitives put out, they did like part of their Salem, and they did Halloween in Black. And I really like that. And I will say that Diane Ashcroft, she's the one that runs the TPP exclusive shop. On her Instagram, she just stitched this. Looks great. Looks really, really good. So this again, black work, and I picked out the linen last year. I'll get it for you. This is Grasshopper, 32 count Grasshopper. So I am gonna go that route. Nice deep mossy type green. The black will show up, and you know what? This is probably the perfect pattern for me to try the anchor black. But anyways, this might be one I go ahead and put some stitches in this year. But that is Twin Peak Primitives, Halloween in Black, and Grasshopper was the linen. Okay, now Teresa Kogut, and this is Halloween March. Now I'm gonna be honest, I got this 3 years ago, and I bought it with the kit, and I bought it with everything, all the DMC, but I don't know what made me not realize that this was full coverage. And I hadn't really toyed with playing with my patterns much. So to me, if I had something that made me cautious, be a little cautious about it, it kind of meant I wasn't going to stitch it. And now, oh goodness, I would probably, if I didn't want to do 100% of it, I don't have to do 100%. If I don't want the black in the background, I don't have to do the black in the background. So it could come out, especially because I already had the linen for it. And it is the most adorable little Halloween critters. And I know she's even done these on her Etsy shop. I know she's sold these like individually now, these little Halloween characters. So they're just too cute for words. Her stuff is too cute. But yeah, that whole 100% coverage kind of scared me a little bit. Okay, birthday gift from my mom. I had gotten this autumn at Not Forgotten Farms. So we're just on fall right now. Here, if I want to try to get it without a glare. So this book that by Lori Brecklin, Not Forgotten Farm, it's filled with all sorts of crafts. There's punch needle, there's cross stitch, and you can see right here the 3 cross stitches that are there. And I can say I would like to do each one of them. Let me turn a second and see if I can give you a good idea. It's a beautifully done book. There's, like I said, punch needle, rug hook. She shows you that. There's some applique. This is turkey trot. And you got this beautiful gold salt box house and some really nice turkeys. So that's good. And the other one that I loved, a second here, has a white house. Okay. Okay, I love that one. I don't think it's terribly big, but I really like that. So this is a great resource, and it's called Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm. Sorry about, ooh, we're starting to get, this book is shiny. Okay, then found this one on eBay. I wanted to grab that for some of my daughter's stitching. Just thought it was really cute. Love these little skeletons here. So that's the Cricket collection. And also, this year, Twin Peaks had put out Black Halloween series. I think I'm going for this one first. I think that would be the one I would stitch first. I don't know why, but I like that one where she's working with the cat. So I like that, and I think I might have shown that to you before too. Okay. I would love all the Prairie Schooler Halloween ones, the big ones, but right now the one I have, I think Heather has one, but this is the only one I have where it's When Witches Go Riding. And I cannot wait to stitch this. So love this. But there's another one, I can't think of the name. I need them all. I need all the Halloween Prairie Schooler ones, though they're just timeless. Okay, then there is, hold on one second, Halloween at Hawk Run, which so many of you have already seen, but I will at least pull it out for you. There we go. And I really want to stitch this. It's gonna be on a big piece, but it is awesome. And if you watch Jen, okay, the Instagram page is Quirks and Stitches, and she's done a lot of Hawk Run. She does beautiful conversions for her work, and she has her own floss tube. Typically, she's the one that does the like weekend 24 hours of cross stitch. Her and her mom do it. Her mom cross stitches as well, but I have yet to do a Hawk Run piece. I know that Lori Holt and Christy, hold on one second, I dropped my dimensions for that. There's something really unique about the blocks that you're able to swap them out. So they wanted on their like Autumn at Hawk Run. They didn't want anything that looked like Halloween, so they're just trading, and it's just so fun to see this town come to life. And this is by Carriage House Samplings. So one day. Okay, and you've already seen this many times from everybody else because this was a recent Blackbird book, but Winds of Autumn, in case for some reason you haven't. They've got some really cute ones here, and I know these two I'll probably stitch sooner than some of the others, but just some beautiful patterns inside. Make sure I didn't leave anything that's like, that's so awesome. So I'm excited. I definitely want to do the October 31st, but there's just tons and tons of stuff in here. The sampler is called A Sister's Love. Beautiful. So a good fall resource, another one, Winds of Autumn. You can still get it. And I know this is Casting a Spell by Blackbird Designs. I am so stoked about this. I need to get the box, and I know that it's still available at Hobby Lobby. And I believe that Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, has started some of these, but she also grabbed herself a box, so I do know that the box is still available, and I do know that I still see this quite a bit. So I'm excited about getting going on this. But before I do this, the one I'm really in love with out of all of them is Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. This one just so awesome. So, I mean, look at that cat on top of that house. So this one is I just love that. And I gotta tell you, I probably wouldn't take it down. I don't know, I'd have a hard time taking it down. Okay, so that concludes what I have as far as my fall Halloween patterns. And I have one whip that I can share. I have this really cute bag, little project bag that I think I'm gonna keep my Prairie Schooler the smalls in, like the mini Halloweens, just the small little pieces. My mom was big on villains, and Olivia had gotten this project bag for her for Christmas before she passed. So it came back in my direction, and her favorite was Maleficent. So this was a purchase off Etsy, an Etsy shop, and it is just the perfect size bag for some smaller pieces, and it's got the nice bag where you can sit it flat. So, and then my mom had made this one for us with little mini charm packs. So inside of this, I have one whip that I need to work on by Roveris. This one. And this is something that my daughter Olivia loved. And doesn't call for many colors. I think I've shared it to you a long time ago. Working on that. I just started the Girl Pirate. I got the bird done. And I need to get back at it. They're kind of happy. They kind of make you happy when you're looking at them. I mean, he's seriously cute. So anyways, that's by Roveris. And like I said, it's like three colors. Okay, moving right along. We are at 1 hour and 7 minutes, and I hope y'all are having a good time. We are ready to do giveaway. Let me make sure my notes are all good. Oh, I wanted to give a shout out to a new floss tuber who I did just watch last night, and you pronounce it Huga, and it's the Huga Stitcher, but it's spelled Hygge Stitcher, and her name is Samantha, and she named her channel after a Danish way of living, and it is basically, Huga means to just kind of get in the zone, home sweet home, relaxing, cup of cocoa. So to her, all of the elements of what that described was how it feels like when you're stitching and having a good time. But she has some really beautiful mirabilias, the reindeer, and she has some really cool ideas. So I'm just giving her a shout out. And other than that, I say we are ready for the giveaway for Willow. So this was the kit for Willow Mansion. And everybody left awesome comments, especially about the ticking clock. I still have the 1 clock going, but what you were hearing was my tablet was reversed and my little cuckoo clock was right there. And I am so shocked at how many people who said that they loved it. They actually loved it. They were relaxed. And then there were a couple who were like, it was so distracting. So I apologize for those. And for those of you who enjoyed it, that's great news. I since have moved it, just since I still have that one going, I moved it out to my little stitchy nook where I'm out on my porch. So anyways, okay, the winner for Willow Mansion using the random comment picker is Linnell S. Congratulations, Linnell. And Linnell said, Willow, I love this design. Your stitching is stunning and glad you shared fully finished and framed pieces. Just spectacular. What beautiful expo stitches. Thank you so much. So, Linnell S., all you need to do is, if you are on Instagram, all you need to do is private message me and say that I am the winner of Willow, and I will, obviously, you have to be over 18, I will grab your address and get it right up to the TPP exclusive shop. If you are not on Instagram, all you need to do is message me on this floss tube, and I will go ahead and provide you with my email address, and we can go from there. Now that's Willow. I have yet to hear from the winner of Stitching Generations Together. The winner for that was, the keyword was together, and the winner was announced last time, and that winner is Sonia Dewey. So just in case, Sonia, that you didn't get the last floss tube or know that you're the winner, you're the winner. And all I need you to do is the same thing. Is hopefully if you're on Instagram, you can just message me and say I'm the winner of Stitching Generations Together kit, and I will get this right out to you because that was from me. The Willow comes straight from Twin Peak Primitives, and it'll have everything inside like mine did. So, you know what? I think that is it, and I think that was fun and a lot, and I'm so very thankful. So at this point, if you aren't subscribing to my channel, please subscribe. As soon as I get to the 5,000 mark, I am gonna have a little special giveaway. And other than that, I hope you have a great week. I hope you're healthy. I hope that you're stitching. And I certainly enjoy your comments, so feel free to comment away. And other than that, Expo's coming and it's going to be great. And so I will certainly be ready to share with you some of the results of that when we get together next. Don't forget to floss. Love ya.